Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be doing belated Thanksgiving special because I had my own things going on and I didn't get everything done in time, and I'm apologizing for that. But as I was saying, it's going to be with Yandere Dutch, Yandere Arthur Morgan, Yandere John Marston, all being Yandere for you, the gender neutral listener who is in charge of cooking the Thanksgiving thing at the gang's hideout and such. So yes, that is what's going on with all this, and they're going to be rivals and basically fighting over you as much as they can. So let's do this. Let's get off with the disclaimers. Disclaimer: John Marston, Arthur Morgan, and Dutch Vanderlee are not Yandere and canon. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simping for fictional characters and Yanderes is fine. Just do not be illegal or gross about it. You know who you are, you dirty flaky biscuits. Yanderes are not ideal partners to have in real life. Also, remember to separate fiction from reality and headcanon from canon. Thank you. Now let's do this. You got up early as you had to prep the turkey. Last night, the John and Arthur both had hunted down turkeys to have for the gang's Thanksgiving, since you said you would be in charge of cooking it since you joined the Vanderlee gang. And since you were in charge of that, you had to make sure that the turkeys were in their pens during the night, that were, well, the makeshift pens, and that they were ready to be slaughtered and to be plucked and all that good stuff. You take over the turkeys to Percy, who are gobbling, 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 and Dutch has Arthur Morgan come over, where he very quickly snaps their necks. You thank him. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate that. You tell him as you didn't have it in your heart to end the lives of said turkeys. You handed them over to Percy, and he ended up having you, with your help and also with John's help, plucking said turkeys to get their various feathers off and everything taken care of. Once that was done, you thanked John as well and ended up getting ready for them to be butchered. Because once that they were done, you would have to do the painstaking parts of removing their giblets and internal organs for various meals later, so you could prep them for the Thanksgiving meal as you had prepped stuff the other night. Thankfully, Molly and a few other of the women helped out, Molly for once helping out, to get stuff and herbs for the turkeys that you were skin ready. Once that was all done, you had John and Arthur help you stuff the turkeys with various herbs, tie them up, and get them ready for the seasoning on top. As getting good butter was very hard for you, but it was worth it, and you told them they would love it. Are you sure this is how I do it? Arthur asked you as you show him how to stuff the turkey properly. Yeah, just like that, Arthur. You're doing great, you tell him. And he smiles down at you. Thank you, darling. You nodded your head, and John glared at Arthur. How about me? Your name? Am I doing it right? John added, and you looked over. John, you need to be a little tighter on this part, otherwise the stuffing will come out. You explained to him and take his hands in your own to show him how to do it. He smirked at Arthur, and Arthur glared at him. They clearly were not going to be happy about sharing you this Thanksgiving. After that, you got them onto the little spikes so you can get them off. Now, every 30 minutes, the turkeys have to rotate so they cook evenly and all the way through. We do not want to get sick from having raw meat. And also, that way that it cooks evenly, and we glaze it up every hour, and every hour when we turn it, so that it gets a nice, crispy skin, you tell them. You're making this sound so dang good, Arthur says, that my mouth is already watering, woman. Sorry, gender neutral. My mouth is already watering, darling, he says to you. You chuckle at that. Thank you, Arthur. It's one of my specialties, you explain to him. You went off to get the other stuff done, working on the potatoes and the other sides, peeling the corn that you had gotten from Charles, who had helped you gather some corn and stuff from the market. And Dutch walked over. How you doing, darling? He says to you. Oh, hey, Dutch. You tell him as you were starting to work on the potatoes and peeling them so that everything was ready. Everything's going great. This is going to be one of our best feasts here at the gang, you tell him. I'm glad that that's the case, and I wouldn't put my trust in anyone else but you when you pitched me this idea, he says to you. Thank you, Dutch. I appreciate it. It's going to help me feel more at home ever since I left my family. You tell him, and he nods his head. Of course, of course. I hope that I can get some special time with you later tonight. Oh, I'll see. I'm gonna probably have to do a lot of cleanup though, you explained to him, and he nods his head. I would still like to see you if I can. I'll try my best, Dutch, you tell him, and went back to work peeling the potatoes. You were almost done. Next, you got help from the other women with some of the sides as well, and everything was going according to plan, except for Dutch, Arthur, and John were all glaring at each other and giving each other ugly looks. You had no idea what was going on through their head or what they were planning on doing, but it was making you a bit uneasy as the tensions began to rise throughout the day. You got all the sides ready and prepped, and soon the turkeys would be done. So you decided to get the table out and ready so there would be a feast table for everyone to pick up, and then they could eat wherever they wanted. You were setting up everything when when John comes over. Do you need any help, darling? John asks you, and you nod his head. If you could check the turkeys, we need to cut them near the middle to make sure that they're not pink anywhere near the middle, so we know that they're fully cooked, you explained to him. Right, I can do that. You went over and helped did that with him, and the turkeys were perfect. So, so with his help, you put them on the platters, then put them on the table, and the sides slowly started to make their way on the table. Finally, Dutch came over and gave his speech about being thankful for what they had, thankful for the members of the gang, and thankful for all of us being more or less a family. It was a bit cringy, you could say to yourself, but you did not say anything against it, and soon it was time to feast. You got yourself a good amount of skin with also various vegetables, dessert, and a little bit of dessert with also a ton of turkey. You were starving since you didn't eat all this time. You sat down at one of the tables and started to dig in when Arthur sat on the one side of you and John on the other. Hello, your name, they say at the same time and then glare at each other. Hey guys, how are you enjoying the food? Is the turkey good? It is super moist and super good, Arthur said. You outdone yourself, darling, he tells you. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate it. You know what I'm thankful for? John says, send down his fork. I'm thankful for you. You're the most amazing person, and I love you, he says, and you almost dropped your fork. He said, I love you. What are you saying, John? Arthur says and grabs your hand. If anyone loves your name, it's me, he tells John, and Arthur and John glared at each other. You could feel the tension rising, and then uh, just out of nowhere, Dutch comes out and speaks up as well. Neither of you love her as I'm sorry, I keep going female gender neutral. Neither of you love them as much as I do. They belong to me, he says, referring to you, and you and your eyes widen. All three were in love with you to varying degrees, and you had no idea what to do. You try to say something, but they get into a brawl, and you had to end up grabbing a bucket of cold water and tossing it on them. You all are being freaking idiots. This is about being grateful for what you have, not fighting like a bunch of petty schoolboys. You tell them, get your acts together. I'm not going to be with any of you if you're going to act like freaking children. You threw the bucket to the ground and grabbed your food, going to eat in your tent alone. You did not need to deal with these frickin' morons. They glared at each other and knew that it was on. They were going to do everything in their power to make you theirs and theirs alone. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, comment below and I will do my best to do it and all that good stuff. I hope that you all had a great Thanksgiving and all that good stuff. And I hope that you all have a great Christmas that will be coming up shortly as well. There will be Christmas specials for Red Dead Redemption 2, so keep an eye out for that and all that good stuff. And now membership and Patreon outros. Let's do this. Thank you, Miss, for being my highest tier membership and for YouTube and being my first membership for YouTube. You're beautiful, stunning, handsome. Thank you, Miss. I appreciate you. And thank you, Shadow Demon 6869, for being my newest patron on Patreon with it's on the tip of my tongue. With being in the Witches, Warlocks, Mages tier. I appreciate you. And thank you, Pumpkin Toffee, for also being in the Warlocks, Witches, Mages tier. I appreciate you as well. You're both beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. I appreciate you both. Anyways, thank you, Gav, for being my highest tier and in the Queen's King's Majesty tier, as well as my first and original patron of all time. You're beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, and thank you, Throwback, for also being in that tier, Queen's King's Majesty tier, and being also beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Mwah. Thank you. You're both beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, like I just said, and I appreciate you both. Thank you. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, comment below what you'd like to see, and I will do my best to do it as usual. And stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye, and happy belated Thanksgiving. Bye bye. Secret outro time. Secret outro time. Secret outro time. Secret outro. Secret outro. Secret outro with a baseball bat. Welcome to the secret outro. And the secret outro question of the day is: would you choose Arthur, John, or Dutch to be with for your Thanksgiving special? I would honestly choose Arthur because he's the best of the best. To be honest, John's a second best, and Dutch is obviously third. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed, and stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Bye bye.